Welcome back to the channel and a new video. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. As you know, actually Chris, I'll bang that off just quickly.
Yep, good idea.
It's probably a little bit too noisy.
Good idea, mate.
As you know, I went down to Cornwall and picked up 5 transit trucks rather. One of them's gone. This one I actually drove home, got a bit of an exhaust blow. We've been down that road, we've done an exhaust blow, so we're not actually going to concentrate on that one. But we are going to get it done. It's going to be a 2-for-1 deal today. We're going to try and get 2 done. So this one does drive all right, apart from rear load sensor, bit of a blow on the exhaust, and of course it was a little bit grubby. But as you can see, I had a couple of hours Saturday while you was away in Scotland, and I actually made a start on that one, got it all cleaned up. This one, bit of a weird one, Chris. That's the one with the alternator.
Yes.
Look how rusty the end of it looks.
Get that on camera, I know.
And it's actually, I mean, I've got no gloves on, but look, it's seized solid, that alternator.
Quite unusual, that.
Yeah, so I've only got these jump leads on. You actually drove this off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
But the battery's toast now, it's completely flat. So I've just put them on, give it a bit of a jump, and I think we'll crack on with this one.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't road test it until we do that alternator.
Steering
no
was
power steering.
rock hard, wasn't it?
We're going to have to do that whatever, and then see what other faults it might have. But hopefully, it's only that.
It's got a little bit of body damage, this one. But he said that genuinely was the only issue with it. Well, and we've noticed as well, this one's had a new turbo on it as well.
Yeah.
We have got all the paperwork for them.
And I think when we look through it, Rob, those that have had turbos have also had the wet belt done, haven't they?
Yeah, that pipe's not quite home there, I've just noticed. Can you see that?
No,
Yeah, so, I mean, I've said it before, I said it in the previous video, they've all been quite highly maintained and looked after. So I guess it's start that back up, get a bit of charge in this, have a move around and get this one in the workshop and crack on with it. It is number 3. I've mixed them all up, haven't I, while you've been away?
Yeah, it's all right.
Right, let's get it in.
Okie dokie.
So just checking this one out on Car Vertical, and guys, we have a new discount code, and it is SR20. For double the discount of before. Don't forget, if you use our discount code, use SR20 for that 20% off. So on this one, the odometer is all fine, financial and legal is all fine, and damage you can see is all clear there as well. Scrolling a little bit further down to the mileage graph and the timeline. So last known mileage, 122,000 miles. And then on the timeline there, you've got your registration date, failed a technical inspection, so that's its first one. Always handy to read all these advisories. When you're doing this check, you can go through and check every single MOT that it's had and what advisories it had, and they'll all be in one place. So obligatory mirror seriously damaged, and the same both sides. That was offside front tyre warned close to the legal limit. Then it was inspected there, which was fine. The next inspection was fine, and then again 10th 2023, so that's most recent one, it failed a technical inspection on brake fluid contaminated, central front windscreen damaged and affecting the driver's view of the road. So it's had a new windscreen, near side rear registration plate lamp inoperative, and near side front outer tyre worn close to the legal limit. And you can see the retest done there, of course, with no advisories. Here's a sample report of what it would look like if there was an issue straight off the bat when checking your vehicle. And you can see at the top there, odometer, financial and legal, and damaged are all highlighted there in amber. And then when you scroll down to the bigger ones, it says odometer, financial and legal, and damaged, all highlighted there in amber. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on the channel. Don't forget, when using your check, enter the code SR20 from any browser, or click on the link in the description where it will automatically apply your discount. So, pulled in by the door, quite hard work there. Chris, that built your muscles up. No power steering. Chris has sent me on the jolly to find an alternator for this, and also, good idea, I keep forgetting,
another set of seats washed. Get
the next set of seats down there and get them washed, Rob, because we previously had a set done out the parts vehicle and ended up putting them in the other 19, so they need to get clean. So we'll let you strip that alternator, mate. I'll go and get you one of them. I've got plan where I'm going to get one of them from.
Yeah, okie doke.
And yeah, see how you get on.
All right, mate.
So of course, preparation is key as usual. There's quite a lot over the top of that alternator, as you can see there. And Chris just releases a few bolts and a couple of little components, just get them out of the way, and it aids you and gives you that a lot more room to get to the alternator. So you got just one wire on the back of the alternator and one plug. You get those removed, and then you've got 2 bolts, I believe. Yeah, 2 bolts actually holding the alternator to the engine itself. Remove those, and then of course just pull the alternator out. You can see the state of it there. It is absolutely toast. I will say, I forgot to say actually earlier in this video, you're going to have to excuse the fact that Chris sounds like he's got 2 bits of tissue stuck up his nostrils. He's got that bloody man flu again.
Yeah, I know.
Or is it the school flu?
Well, it does happen, doesn't it?
You actually feel all right this time though? You just
Yeah,
bit
it was a couple of days ago. I felt a bit rough, but no, I feel all right.
I got you an alternator.
Brilliant.
And I got you 2 new belts.
And you know what they say about this one, Rob?
It's been an alternator too long.
Yeah, that's, mate.
That is proper seized up, hasn't
That's
it?
proper seized up, isn't it? Anyway, I shall reverse of what I've just done.
Get that one fitted.
Get that one fitted, mate.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the car wash and pick those seats up.
Brilliant.
They should have drained off a little bit now. I'll let them, just leave them there for a little while to drain off, otherwise
Yeah.
I've just filled my van up with water. But all right, mate, I'll let you crack on and get that fitted.
Yeah.
So in with your new alternator, the exact reverse of what's just happened. So get that located, bit of lubrication in there first, where the alternator's going to sit. It does help you get that one on there. And then you've got your 2 bolts to go back in, your plug on the back, your 1 electrical wire that goes on the back of the alternator, your live, and then of course you've got all the little parts that you took off around it, and your 2 auxiliary belts to fit. We get those fitted, and I think that's the alternator job completely done. So while I was out in the rain, Chris was actually back here getting soaked, fitting that alternator, and that belt down there you said was a pain. That water pump.
The little short belt, yeah, they're always a bit tricky, them ones, aren't they?
I'm saying water pump, it's power steering belt, isn't it? Is it power steering?
I think it's going to be water pump.
It is water pump, yeah. But they're both on.
Both on, mate, so we're ready to fire in the hole.
Do you want me to start it?
Well, you got it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed there's enough life in that battery, because we only used the jump leads on here for about 5 minutes to put some life into it. And I've only just pushed the battery terminal on as well, Chris, so hopefully it don't just pop off. Yeah. Right up, battery light gone out. Do you know what though, I've just noticed this one has got a bit of a chuff as well.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah. Look at
Oh well. Seeing a bit of practice at manifolds.
yeah, all of them have got the same issue.
But
how much diesel?
she has got nearly a full tank of diesel there. What did it just say? 300? Brake pad wear, service now, driver door, 316 mile range.
And 127,000.
Yeah.
That's just gone quiet.
Yeah. But there's a blow on that. Do you want to stay rolling, see if you can see it while I rev it?
I'm going to say that's not turbo, that's manifold.
What, engine to manifold or further down?
Engine to manifold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't Josh say?
Yeah, he said, like, if they bow, just throw them away. Buy a new one. Yeah. But I guess we're going to have to just whip that turbo off. You're good at it anyway.
I'll get you to rev it. Yeah, well, I had a bit of practice.
He's had a bit of practice. We've got no mics on, so you'd have to shout at me. They've all got this same manner.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah?
Yes. Several issues there. That seem to be a bit wibbly wobbly, but they are loose. But
What's that oil feed?
we've got that pipe there. It seems to be whistling from around here somewhere.
Yeah, that pipe doesn't look like it's all the way on.
I think you're right.
It's got to blow.
I think she's manifold because it's coming up. The fumes are coming up through there.
Yeah.
So it's manifold to head. So
Really stinks as well, doesn't it?
yeah, I think it's going to be let it cool down and turbo off, and then get into the manifold. Isn't it? They're quite easy to do, to be honest. Now I've done one.
Yeah, and because they are a throwaway, they reckon, hopefully, full the stock in them. Them gaskets in particular, I said, how many you got in stock? He said, how many do you want? Like, they had loads, so...
That all looks alright when that's...
It's all running fine.
belt, yeah.
And the battery light went straight out, so, yeah.
So it's solved one thing.
That's one thing solved. It's drivable. Let's, get involved and get that stripped out. Turbo's off and on the bench. And it is like brand new. There's not a mark on any of them. And you can see that hasn't been blowing. This one has definitely not been blowing by any gaskets. Even though as soon as Chris took it off, he said it hasn't had a new gasket. That is the original. And you can see it is because it's pretty beat up, that is. And it doesn't look like a new one. But it has been a bit odd. I'm not going to say
I don't
odd,
know, because I've just looked there, Rob, and look at the diameter of the hole in that manifold. It's larger on these end ones. So I think we'd have to look at one of the others to see. But I'm pretty sure they shouldn't have two nuts on them, aren't you?
Yes.
So I think they've had issues here. But more importantly is there's one there snapped off.
There is one snapped off.
So that's well, we've got a blow, I think.
And you can see the blow now above it.
You
It
can.
is all black
You
there, you
can.
can see. Would you point that out, Chris, for us?
Yeah, all sooted up here, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's been blown past the back of that heat shield. Look, all of this.
Yes.
So, waste your time, throw the manifolds away and just put new ones on.
Yeah.
When they've been blowing. So
I've just run it for availability.
it's not horrific work, but it's frustrating to I mean, it's got to come off, and I've got to see if that stud's broken in the head. We've got a bit of world of pain there, haven't we?
Yes.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I suppose that is really, before we do anything, we ought to do that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've called up and everything's available. This is quite a common thing. The guy didn't even deny it. At Ford, this gasket they've got on the shelf. They've got everything on the shelf, including brand new manifolds. And I think it was 150 quid, he just said. Yeah. So I guess let's
whip that off.
Yeah, whip it off.
See where we're at here with, I mean...
Yeah, I'm going to put that camera in there so you can see next to that little, was that an 8mm there or a 10mm? There's actually a hole right next to it where there should be a stud. Chris is just going to see if it's actually missing or snapped off in there by running a small screwdriver down the centre of it and seeing if it bottoms.
That's snapped off.
Yeah, it is snapped off if you've only got that much left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, as soon as Chris disconnected the DPF, that's exactly where it landed. Yeah. There was no bolt in it. So, I guess, mate, we're going to have to just get that one off, and whatever it needs, we're going to have to do, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, let's let that soak for a little while, have a nice cup of coffee, and then get involved. Can't really dress that up, Chris. That's horrendous. Really.
Yeah.
Should we show the manifold first?
Can do, yeah. That's the worst bit, really.
Yeah, so it's here, mate. Let's get that back up on the bench. So there's your manifold. Let's turn it around that way. Well, I'm just going to let you explain. I could
there's
explain.
A standard stud, exhaust stud, manifold stud. Obviously the holes are slightly oversized, but they've actually drilled these out. And the reason they've drilled that out is because clearly someone's snapped studs off and they've drilled it oversized, and that's what they've put in there. But in doing it, they haven't hit the centre.
No.
So they've gone off centre slightly and on the wonk slightly.
Yeah.
So to get round it, they've opened the manifold up to give themselves a bit of play. So effectively, that was in there like that.
They've also opened up the gasket.
And they've opened up the gasket to obviously accommodate that as well.
And you can see it's just fallen apart. This is where the main focus of our blow was, out of these two front cylinders. But
so, yeah, bit of a shame. But more the trickier bit is this one snapped off and they've done nothing with that one.
Let's just move that oil feed out, Chris, because I've just zoomed in there. Do you want to point that out again, mate?
Yeah. So these ones, this one I've took out. See how deep that one is?
Yeah.
That one, she snapped off.
Yeah.
That one I took out. So I've got to get in there and try and drill that central. And
I love your idea.
It.
I love your idea on the new studs. I'm not going to mention that at the moment, but I do like that idea. So I guess it all comes down to whether we can get that out or whether this engine's got to come out and have the head removed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I'll have a go and see where we get. But I think I'm going to tackle that one first.
Yeah.
Because I've got a solution for these.
Yeah.
But it does
That's
mean
the bit I'm looking forward to.
It does mean a new manifold because there's nothing you can't.
No,
Look, there's hardly any.
I mean, you'd have to fill all that up and then try and
There's hardly anything to be had there.
No.
So, yeah. All right, mate.
So it's not even worth me going and getting them bits, Chris, until you... I mean, we're going to need them regardless, but shall I wait and see how you get on with drilling that out first?
Well, I might as well. You might as well go and get them, and I'll crack on with it.
So new manifold. Try and get a few new studs and all new gaskets.
Yeah, we're going to need one standard size stud, and I'm going to have to
do something with them.
Yeah. Do something with them, but we've got a plan, so
we have.
All
right
right,
then, mate, I'll leave you to it.
Okey-dokey.
It's actually a Ford dealer 5 minutes from round the corner from us, but we drive all the way to Maidstone to Parts Plus because it's cheaper and they answer the phone. In Sittingbourne, the Ford dealer just never answers the phone, and of course it's a lot more expensive. So even though this will probably sound expensive, that little lot just come to £258.26, but that's a brand new manifold gasket, new turbo gasket and new turbo ring, and also those couple of studs Chris wanted. So fingers crossed, while I've been gone, Chris has managed to get that stud out. Let's head back to the yard and see how he got on. Do you know what, I actually didn't want to stand over Chris while he was cracking on, but he's actually made, this is what he made, and this is what I was...
That's what should be in it.
Yeah.
A stud, an 8mm stud like that. Now, as we've already shown, they've drilled that out and oversized it, so they've gone in with a 10mm.
Yeah.
So I've took a bolt, a 10mm bolt. So I've cut the head off. So that started life as that. So I've cut the head off. I've put it in the lathe, run that down to 8mm, and then I'll just tap that. So I've made a stepped stud. So the idea is that goes into the head in the oversize that they've already done and brings us back to standard.
Yeah.
Which means we haven't got to drill the new manifold like they did.
Yeah, put big holes in it.
They drilled it. So can I make another one of those?
Yeah.
Because that's... Do you want to show it on the vehicle, Rob?
Yeah. I love it when you make stuff like that and resolve problems.
Well,
I do love it.
We can show now what we was trying to explain earlier, can't we, on this one? Where they've proper drilled them out, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've drilled them out to accommodate when they would have been like that. And there you can see it on there. You can see the two sizes there.
Well, Chris, you could actually fit your
I
finger
mean,
through
it's
them.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, they're ginormous.
Bang that out. So we should be back on
track.
Yeah, and if it is slightly off, they give you a bit of spare anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
So, but more importantly, we won't have to butcher
anything
that will fit through there.
Yeah, lovely.
Where obviously they've had to bang them out as well to accommodate their larger diameter stud. So
short-term fix, long-term solution.
Well, hopefully.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, I've sprayed them up though.
Don't come with, don't come with. That was 150 odd quid.
and you
don't
don't get
come.
the studs.
Nah, it's ridiculous,
Cheap,
isn't it?
really, isn't it?
I'm not
But
driving
yeah.
back for them. We'll have to get them out. But
So I'll make another one of those. But anyway, yeah, well, that's what we was going to show, wasn't it? That will be going in there. And I'll be doing the same with that one, taking their new one out and making that one, making one for there. So, and then they will be the same diameter as those, look.
yeah, perfect.
8 mil.
Because I'm zoomed in there,
Yeah.
I'm going to actually mention that because it's not something we've seen before. There's actually like a heat-proof silicon sealant.
I've used,
But
yeah.
it's not actually the sort of sealant you should use for an exhaust. It is actually silicon, like stretchy sealant, isn't it? So,
but it's they've obviously attempted to get it to seal, haven't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I've also put some chemical metal in there.
I probably should have mentioned that. Yeah.
I did drill it. I got drilled it about 10 mil deep, maybe even 12 mil deep, but it had already started to run off, and it ran off some more. So I filled it back up there. Once that's gone hard, I'll use the vernier to mark the centre.
Yeah.
And then you've just got me some new drill bits, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
So I'll start off at about 3 mil, pilot that, and then increase it up. And hopefully, we haven't got to mess about with one of these.
Don't walk too far away from me, mate.
You brought back a stud, didn't you?
Yeah, I've given you one to check, and there's another one there. See it?
Yeah. So hopefully we can use that instead of that.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right then, mate. Let's get the other one made. Well, I'll say let's get it made. I'll let you make it.
Yeah, I did it made, and what should we do? Get those all fitted to the head, and then we cut back in.
I think so. Yeah. Let's get a bit of it done. So those repairs Chris has done there have actually come out perfect, and we're not actually going to screw the manifold on there tonight because he's Loctited them.
Yeah.
And that is just going to give them that extra little bit that they need. And then as you can see just next to it, he has got the centre of that. Yeah. So he's got that centre bang on. Doesn't want to go a lot more deeper, just going to up the size now, slowly but surely. Get that one drilled out and get a new stud in there, and I think you've saved us taking the head off on this one, mate.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Fingers crossed. I'll let you carry on.
All right.
There is a bit of an art to drilling out snapped bolts, and Chris is the master at it. I don't mind saying it's not something that I want to take on when he talks about where people run off, and I've previously tried to do it and mine did run off, and you're just going to end up causing more damage, and if you run off too much it's unsavable. But he's got this one out and managed to save it. So there we go. The man saved the day. We have not got to take the head off. You can see he drilled it out. Got that nice new stud in there, and that is Loctited in. You can see the Loctite just around the top. And both of these that he reduced down to the original size, so gone completely back to original. We are going to let that Loctite. Loctite, as a rule, normally goes off probably straight away, but we're going to leave that overnight so it goes completely right off. And then I guess in the morning we can build this one up and put it back together. But well done, Chris.
All right, mate.
Nice one. Saved us a real headache there. So on with a new gasket, on with a new manifold, on with the next new gasket after the manifold's bolted down on the top there where it bolts to the turbo. That's that one. They're all done up now. New gasket on there, and then the tie. Of course, it's time to put the turbo on, get those 3 bolts tightened up, and I think just put the rest of it back together. Poor Chris has been here all day on his own. Now, to be fair, this will be going out after the smart car video, so you all would have watched the smart car.
That's right.
And I've just got back from Brackley, 5-6 hour round trip, picking that one up. But it looks like it all went smoothly.
Well, so far so good. Everything's gone back on. Heat shield on the new manifold. So I've got the old heat shield. So I had to do a repair on that, which
Right.
I haven't shown on camera, to get that bolted up. Because if you remember, they'd like wire tied it on
They
with
did,
a metal tie, hadn't they?
Yes.
And new bolts in the turbo heat shield. Now I've took a gamble there, putting that on, without running it first to see if there's any
Well, I've got faith in you, mate.
Well, it's a brand new manifold, isn't it?
All new gaskets.
All new gaskets. I don't think it's going to leak from there. My one concern is, and it was while I was laying underneath bolting it back on, is the DPF blocked or has it been swapped over? Because it's going to be annoying if we start it up now and we get a DPF fault in it.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they've rung bits over.
No. The only reason I say that though, Rob, all this had been disconnected here.
Yeah.
And unplugged, and I thought,
It has had a new turbo though.
Yeah, but what you don't, I didn't need it off, so
No.
why did they? So, but we'll see, won't we?
Can I just say one thing? I'm going to blow smoke out your arse a little bit here. You said, sorry for the swearing, but you said you didn't need to remove them. You also didn't need to drill 8 holes in the head, did you?
No.
There's a difference between bodging it and
That's
doing
right.
the job properly.
That's
and
right.
You've done the job properly.
Oh, well, I mean, I will add, they are difficult to drill.
Yeah,
They
but
are
you still
difficult.
did it.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. And
You always say to me, it's time. Take your
some
time.
viewers might remember we done an Audi A1 DSG gearbox.
Yeah,
And
exploded.
someone had snapped, and it had exploded, they'd snapped the bolts, and someone had started drilling that and had run off.
Yes.
And I'd done the same thing with that chemical metal.
Filled it back up.
Filled it back up, measured it, marked it.
Started again.
Start again,
Yeah.
So,
I love it. I love the way you made them studs because I wouldn't have thought of that, and clearly the people that did it didn't think of that.
No, I've left the old bits on the bench, Rob, but
Yeah.
right.
Get the battery on it, mate. Let's have a listen. I'm excited. Because this one ain't going to want a lot.
No,
A lot more, rather.
I need the keys, Rob.
Keys, right on the bench.
No, I think they're there on the gearbox lift stand. Gearbox stand?
Oh, gearbox stand. Sorry, mate. God, it's cold here. Do you know
I
what? That's
know.
because I've been sitting in that truck for 5.5 hours.
Right.
Yeah. The battery's still a little bit weak, but that sounds lovely. Good stuff, mate.
That does sound well, doesn't it?
There's no blows
Can
there.
you just have a look, see
can
what's
hear-
coming out
Yeah,
the
we
exhaust?
can hear you now. Would you...
Just see what's coming out the exhaust.
Yeah, I'm going to put my hand over
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, lovely.
The DPF ain't blocked.
She's not blocked, mate. Yeah.
Any lights?
Nothing.
Push OK and it'll clear what's up there, Chris.
Brake pad wear service now. Driver's door open. That's it.
Yeah, no warnings.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
that-
did notice the brake discs don't look the best when I was underneath, so we might have issues there, but
Oh, mate,
it
that's...
doesn't. I suppose it's road tested now, mate.
Well done, mate.
So,
Yeah, I ain't even had this one cleaned. It's quite grotty inside now as well, isn't it? The old belt. I don't really know. I was a bit optimistic, I think, when I started this video. We're doing a 2-for-1. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think that we'll probably complete this one off camera, i.e. clean it up.
yeah, there's no point
No, chuck a pair of wings on it,
replicating that.
and then
I
the
guess.
one outside's already clean. It is a case of we've got to bring it in and do something with the exhaust.
So it might be the same again.
It might be the same again, mate. So I think that is pretty much it. Do you want to get it out for a road test in this video?
Got to
Yeah. Let's put
get
some
the
stuff on.
stands. Get stands out. Put it down on the ground.
Take it for a quick run.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, you fix this one. Perfect. Sounds
It does.
perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And got a lovely clutch in it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm going to say it, it's the best one. This is better than the 19 reg,
Yeah.
I think. Still, the 19 reg one's still nice, but this feels...
Yeah.
The driver may have looked after it a little better than the 19 reg one.
Possibly.
And it's certainly nice and quiet, and it's nice. You've got that one apostrophe there, and that's a warning, and that is the brake pads.
Yeah.
Wear sensor.
Yeah.
But you said
You can see on the back of the
they're
discs
bad,
that
so...
they're, I would imagine they're nearly on the metal because of the state of the disc. So
When we initially got offered these trucks, I'm not going to go into it too much, but if you remember, when we initially got offered them, it was already a really fair price.
yeah.
But he did say, we're going to have to, they're all in different stages of repair and they're going to need work. So I actually only knocked off a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I bid them just a little bit of money. So we kind of knew that we had to spend money on these vehicles, didn't we?
Yeah.
So to put a brand new set of discs and pads on it,
Is.
and of course we will be doing, if it hasn't been done already, oil filter and air filter. Because it comes to just 100 quid for that stuff.
Yeah.
And it does make all the difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But mate, I don't really think there's anything out,
Well, I think this one's had the wet belt done, hasn't it?
It's had a wet belt and a brand new turbo.
Yeah, so it's now got a new manifold and no exhaust blow.
No.
So it's very good.
No, it does sound nice, doesn't it?
Right.
Right, let's head back to the yard, and you're going to do the same sort of crunch the numbers thing that you did before, or?
We can do. We need to price up discs and pads, won't we?
Of course, yeah.
And if I've got time, try and get them done today.
Yeah, and the service, yeah.
Yeah.
I better have a quick look through the paperwork. I think the service would have already been done, but we'll check.
Oh, mate.
Right, let's get back to the yard. At this point in the video, we are seriously getting carried away. We don't normally film this long, but we said, you know what, we're not going to end up getting them both done. Let's make sure that this one is 100%. And even this one, we can't get 100% because we haven't got a fuel flap for it. But apart from the fuel flap, I think we are pretty much getting there with it. So both front wings removed, front grille removed, front bumper removed, and we're just going to crack on with it. So as you can see from that bit of time lapse, we have actually got really carried away. Chris is just tidying up that grille, front wing removed, front bumper and grille off, and front wing removed this side. We have decided that we're gonna just for the moment rob the bits off of the other one. So they're the old wings. That's a new wing there, that's one of the old ones, and we've got one here on the back of the truck. That's off of the parts one as well, but the front bumper on this was slightly damaged, so I've just took the front bumper off the parts one.
That step was bent.
Right.
I've straightened it out now. I didn't do that on camera though.
No.
Just behind the bumper. Normal thing on these, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So perfect then. You're going to finish that. I'll start putting all the wings back on it, I think.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
I know how to get them on because I've just taken two of them off. Let's do it. Next day. That's looking a bit sorry for itself now, isn't it?
It is, mate.
It ain't going nowhere though. I noticed in the last video everyone was saying, oh, that's a shame to scrap that. That is not getting scrapped. No. So unfortunately we didn't get round to that, and we are not going to film it. Same again. Got an exhaust problem. Yeah. Chris will get in there, get that nailed. It's all been cleaned. It's ready to go.
It's likely it's going to be either similar to the previous one, isn't it?
Yes.
Or similar to this one.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that is the one. All done, all cleaned, all ready to go. Well, I say it's ready to go. I've had it cleaned, but on the inside, I do need to get those seats swapped out.
Yep.
But we've already got them drying in the back of the van that we've nicked out of this one.
All been washed, haven't they? So
I think that's it, mate. Let's do the little bit of numbers on it, and
mate.
another one ready to go. Right, we are going to work that one out exactly the same as we did the other one. We are going to end up with about a £2 profit, selling it.
I think so, yeah.
Selling it at £8.5 plus VAT. So that's going to be just over £10,000, and it's probably going to be about £2 cheaper than you can buy one anywhere else in the world. We're going to end up with a couple of grand out of it. We're completely happy. That one starts, runs, drives, serviced, all new manifold, all new gaskets, and drives beautiful. That is going to be the end of today's video. As usual, if you did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up. It's free of charge and it shows your appreciation. If you ain't subscribed already, that is also free of charge. Show your appreciation. You can follow us on Instagram at Salvage Rebuilds. You can follow Chris on his personal one at Salvage Rebuilds Chris. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you all very, very soon in the next one.